Sometimes life puts us in moments we never expect, moments that test our character, our dignity, and our kindness. And sometimes, the most powerful acts of kindness come from people who feel like they have nothing left to give. This is the story of a single dad janitor, a powerful CEO, a room full of cameras, and a request that shocked everyone watching. It all began on a morning that started like any other, until it didn't. Before we dive into this emotional journey, make sure to subscribe to Kindness Diaries, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support allows us to keep bringing real human stories that touch hearts and inspire kindness around the world. Daniel Brooks never expected life to look like this. At 36, he worked nights as a janitor in a massive tech company called Sterling Technologies. He wasn't ashamed of the job, it kept food on the table for his 7-year-old daughter, Emma. But he often felt invisible, walking through bright hallways where people in suits brushed past him as if he didn't exist. Life had knocked him down hard over the years. He had lost his wife to a sudden illness when Emma was just 3. Since then, Daniel balanced fatherhood, bills, long shifts, and sleepless nights. Still, every morning, he greeted the world with the same gentle smile. That smile was the only inheritance he wanted Emma to keep. On the morning everything changed, Daniel was cleaning the company's main lobby. Today was different, there were news crews, photographers, and a whole crowd gathered for a big press conference. Sterling Technologies was about to announce a major merger, and their CEO, Victoria Hale, was the star of the show. Victoria was the kind of woman who could silence a room just by walking into it. Smart, powerful, beautiful, and intimidating, everything Daniel felt he was not. He admired her from a distance, not in a romantic way, but in the way you admire someone who seems to have mastered life. Daniel was picking up cables and adjusting microphones when he noticed Victoria standing off to the side, breathing heavily, her hands shaking. She looked pale, anxious, nothing like the confident leader everyone knew. She spotted Daniel nearby and beckoned him over. "Daniel, right?" she asked quietly. He froze, surprised she even knew his name. "Yes, ma'am." "Are you okay?" Her eyes darted to the reporters setting up their cameras. I need a favor." "A big one." "Something unusual." Daniel blinked. "Of course. Whatever you need." She leaned in, her voice trembling. "My ex-husband is in that crowd. He's been threatening to leak stories claiming I'm unstable, unfit to run the company. The board is watching. The public is watching. I can't let him destroy everything I've built." Daniel frowned, confused. "What can I do?" She swallowed hard and whispered, "Pretend you're kissing me. For 10 minutes. Right there. In front of everyone." Daniel's heart nearly stopped. "Ma'am, what?" She stepped closer, desperation breaking through her usual polished armor. "If they think I'm happy, if they think I'm seeing someone, they can't manipulate me anymore. Please. I wouldn't ask if I had another choice." Daniel felt hundreds of eyes from the press conference area. Cameras. Journalists. Executives. This wasn't just a request, it was a spotlight, a stage, a risk he never asked for. "Why me?" Daniel whispered. "Because," she said softly, "you're the only person in this building who looks at me like I'm human, not a headline." Something in her voice cracked, and Daniel's heart shifted. He took a slow breath. "If this will help, okay." The moment they stepped onto the stage, gasps filled the room. Reporters lowered their microphones. Executives froze mid-conversation. Victoria lifted her hand and gently touched Daniel's face. His heart pounded as she leaned in, not for a real kiss, but close enough that the cameras captured what they wanted to see. For 10 long minutes, they stood there, faces close, hands clasped, pretending to be two people sharing a quiet moment of love. The flashes of cameras lit up the room like fireworks. And in those 10 minutes, Daniel saw something in Victoria he never expected: pain, loneliness, fear. She looked powerful on the outside, but inside she was just as human as anyone else. When it was finally over, Victoria stepped back, tears gathering in her eyes, not from the act itself, but from relief. The crowd burst into whispers, and her ex-husband stormed out, defeated. Later that evening, Victoria found Daniel in the hallway. "You saved my career today," she said softly. Daniel shook his head. "I didn't save your career. I just helped you breathe. She smiled, the first real, warm smile he had ever seen from her. How can I repay you? Daniel looked down, thinking about Emma, about bills, about long nights. Just, treat the people here kindly. All of them. Even the ones you don't usually see. She nodded, understanding more than he expected. Deal. But that wasn't the end. The next morning, Daniel arrived at work to find a letter taped to his locker. Inside was a promotion offer, head of facilities management, triple his salary, full benefits, and flexible hours so he could spend evenings with Emma. At the bottom, Victoria had handwritten. Kindness doesn't go unnoticed. Not by me. Not by the world. Daniel sat down on the bench, holding the letter, tears filling his eyes. For the first time in a long time, he felt seen. That day, he went home early to surprise Emma. He scooped her up in his arms and said, "Baby, everything's going to get better now." Because it already had. Kindness has a way of circling back when we least expect it. Sometimes helping someone costs us nothing but courage. And yet it changes everything. May we all be brave enough to be kind, even when life feels heavy. If this story touched your heart, remember to share kindness wherever you go.